What's going on, y'all? I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I have been under the weather for a couple of days. I'm feeling a lot better. I didn't feel horrible. It wasn't horrible. But I was just under the weather. I don't know what's going on. My sister, she was sick. She said her boss was sick. A few of her coworkers were sick. Bailey wasn't feeling well. So I don't know what's going on. Everybody just needs to stay home. That's all I can really say. Everybody just needs to stay home and wear your mask, honey. Wear your mask. Wear your mask, baby. Yeah. As long as I'm feeling better by Wednesday, then we'll be okay. Um, I would definitely recommend if you go out, you may want to wear a mask. I'm not, listen. I'm not the CDC, but something is happening because everybody walking around here, girl, with snot running down their noses, and that's not cute. So, but yeah, um, hopefully everything for me works out because I have plans this week, and if I don't, I feel like I will, cause like right now I feel okay. Like yesterday, there's no way I could have made a video because my nose was running like the entire day. Right now it's not. Right now I'm okay. I'm still stuffy, but I'm not running around here, with a tissue plastered to my nostrils. Anyways, y'all, let's just go ahead and talk about the Braxtons. You know, we're gonna try to slowly get back into the groove of things. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of hooping and hollering in this video because I'm trying to get back to 100%. So let's just talk about the Braxtons. I have a lot I want to say. This is one of those shows where I feel like I don't necessarily have anyone that I go up for, right? Like I go up for Toni Braxton because she's Toni Braxton, like the artist. I love Tamar's music. Was just listening to her new EP the other day. Tamar doesn't really, even though I don't really care for her, the Bluebird album thing, I didn't too much care for that. That was the only album I probably didn't too much care for. But 9 times out of 10, Tamar does not put out bad work. Um, but as far as as far as the show, there's not one person who I ever went up for. I never went up for Tracy. I never just went up like Tamar because Tamar was just kind of like she was the draw to the show. But as of today, like I don't have like a favorite. So it does make it easier because I think that we all have biases when it comes to our faves. But when you don't really have like someone who you necessarily like go up for, you can really call out everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, I guess. I don't dislike anybody. I mean, I will say this much: I don't think I too much care for Trina and Tawanda. I will take Tamar over anybody on that show, honestly. And the reason why I would probably take Tamar, even though she's a mess, Tamar, it is what it is with Tamar. You know who you're getting. Them other three, including Toni, they're sneaky. They're sneaky. Y'all want to talk about the definition of hiding a rock and throwing your hands? It's that Tawanda, Lil Bill. Let me stop calling that lady Lil Bill. That's mean. I call her Little Bill. Yes, Little Bill. Tawanda, Trina, and Toni. Those are the sneaky ones. Tamar just a mess. Tamar just put her mess out there. So it's easy to clock. You know what I'm saying? Them other three. Anyways. So it's Tawanda's, what is it, bridal? Girl, y'all be having so much going on when y'all get married. Bridal shower, bachelorette party, I don't know. Girl, it's all the same thing. It's a celebration before the marriage. So I guess it's the bachelorette part, bridal shower. Um, Jamie, she is the friend. I will say this much about Jamie. That's one of Tawanda's ladies of honor. she is a friend who comes across on the screen as someone who, excuse me, can be supportive. Um, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care about weddings, stuff like that. I think I don't care about bridal showers, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties. So I would probably be the wrong person to be put in charge of something like that. Even though I know that my friend will probably care, I would try to care due to I know that they care, but I couldn't like. I would be looking at Tawanda like, girl, let's just party. I don't know, like, girl, let's just party, girl. They not here, girl. Girl, F them. That's how I would kind of look at it. Like I don't know. Like I remember one time, girl. I don't know if my friend remembers this. We were talking. He was like, I was having a conversation with another friend, and he was saying how he wouldn't know who to put as his what is it called when the guys have a position? Yeah, how's it maid of honor? Whatever the man is. I was like, girl, you could just pick them, girl. I said, girl, I could just sit in the audience. Girl, you ain't got to worry. Girl, you ain't got to put me in your wedding. Girl, we could be sisters. You ain't got to put me in your wedding. Girl, you ain't got to stress yourself out. Girl, you ain't got to sit here and girl, worry yourself about who gonna be mad. Girl, I'm not gonna be mad. Girl, I just come. Girl, bring you a gift and sit in the audience, girl. Girl, it ain't girl. Don't even get yourself worked up over nothing like that, girl. Okay. Um, but anyways, Jamie is a supportive friend. Um, Trina didn't have on any underwear. The exchange between Trina and Tawanda was I did giggle. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I will say is Trina. Not only do I hate the way that Trina speaks, plus I hate the way that Trina talks. But girl, not only do I hate the way she talks, but girl, she's pissy. So Trina didn't have any underwear on for real, girl. So she bent over and Tawanda lifted up her dress and she really didn't have it. The girl just ass and puss out. Trina needed to go to the restroom, but she said she's just gonna pee standing outside. I don't know if Trina really peed standing up, but the only thing I can think of, I don't have a coochie. Okay, so I don't know how that works. Girl, coochie is not my ministry. Not only don't I have a coochie, but I don't deal with coochie because again, that's really not my ministry. Um, but I was just thinking, girl, is the piss? While Trina said she was pissing standing up, I was thinking, is the piss running down her leg? How is she able to just stand there? And because I've seen girls pee before, and if anything, they're gonna bend, squat, open their legs, right? I don't know. So was the pee running down her legs? I would think it would either be running down her legs. How does that work? Cause I don't know. I need the experts in cooch and piss to let me know how does that work. Cause I really don't know. Anyway, she peed standing up, and she said she was fine. She just kind of just shake it off. She just kind of like did a little wiggle, and she let it air dry. Then she walked on off. I said, "This nasty bitch." I said, "That nasty ass bitch girl walking around that party, girl, just dripping piss, old pissy ass health." Anyways, so girl, I was in the kitchen, and I was making me some chili, and I heard them say something about a gift because I watched it twice, and so I was like, "Girl, hold on, what's going on?" So I came in the living room to rewind because I'm trying to see what kind of gift. So basically, Vaughn, which is Tawanda's husband or fiance at the time, he got everyone a gift, and it was like a mini Birkin, like a charm. Like those charms that people, like the girls and boys, put on their purses now. Not like a keychain. I guess it looks like a keychain, but it's like little charms that people put on their bags. They're usually about this. They're not too big. A decent size. You can just hang it on the side of your purse, handbag. Girl, so he supposedly got all the lady of honors. Is the lady of honors? I'm sounding like Nene. Girl, I'm talking about bridesmaids. Girl, the S is not silent, honey. Oh, girl. So he got every lady of honor a charm, you know. And let me just tell y'all something. I hope one day I can own something from Hermes. Girl, my money is not long and strong to own nothing out of Hermes. Even though I did want me a pair of sandals, you could probably save up for the sandals. Put a little bit to the side. You can have a pair by the end of the year, girl. The sandals not that expensive, even though they went up on the price. The price of those sandals used to be like seven something, and now they eight something. But I just believe, girl, if you gonna spend that much for a pair of shoes, I need my whole shoe to be, I need my whole foot to be covered up. To hear me? God, I do not know how the girls spend that much money on a pair of sandals. Girl, for $700, $800, girl, $900, I need my whole foot to be covered up, baby. Okay. Anyways, Hermes is expensive, and so of course y'all know I'm nosy. I go straight to Hermes to try to see were those bags on the Hermes website. They were not. I don't know if they. I'm almost sure they were probably knockoff or just like a little bag that symboled a Hermes bag. But the fact that they put them in orange bags, trying to make it seem as though they were Hermes bags, I thought was kind of like, ugh, girl, don't get it twisted, girl. You fake it until you make it, right? Um, but Hermes, like those charms can range from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Be very clear. So all I could think about was, this is some nasty work, girl, for your husband to be walking around here putting on a show as if he done bought these girls some mini Birkin charms. But girl, you owe your sister $50,000. Girl, that's the shit I be talking about. That's the shit I be talking about. Girl, you owe your sister $50,000 and your man walking around here buying bitches bags. Girl, if I was Tamar, I would have went to that party and knocked all that shit over. Get my motherfucking money, bitch. Tamar is practicing. She is going on tour in a month. And she is excited to be singing songs from Calling All Lovers. Let me tell y'all something, girl. I don't even need no notes on Calling All Lovers. Calling All Lovers, Tamar calls it her sophomore album to Love and War. It's not, girl. It's her junior album. It's her junior album. Tamar's first album came out when I was in high school, and I remember purchasing Tamar's first album. I literally have Tamar's album still in my closet to this very day. Like when I tell you I have been a fan of Tamar's music since the get-go, I have been a fan of Tamar's music since the get-go. Tamar's first album came out in 99 or 2000. I remember I purchased that album for $5 at Walmart. Her very first single was Get None. And I get none. Girl, with JD and her name started with an A, it was a rapper. And it don't matter to me, and it don't matter to me, and you give me what you want, give me what you want, give me that baby, I'm straight, as long as I can. No, that's another song. No, I'm thinking about Get Mine. No. Get Mine, I'm thinking Get Mine, but her first single was Get None. How that song go, girl? It's gonna drive me crazy. Hold up. Girl, hold up. I forgot how her first song went. I was singing Get Mine. That's one of her songs off of her first album. Let me see. A Meal. I take my time across the line until I really know. I see your type before, thinking got so much game. Money is everything to me, happy. Girl, yes. So Tamar's first album, yeah. Anyways, Calling All Lovers. I just said I was gonna do a whole bunch of carrying on. Y'all about to get me, girl, and I'm starting. You don't start. This is how it started. Girl, hold on. Let me blow my nose, girl. Hold up. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. So, Calling All Lovers. Calling All Lovers is Tamar's third album. And when I tell you the album is phenomenal, Calling All Lovers is one of the best R&B projects of all time. I kid you not. It really didn't receive the recognition that it should have. She said around the time she started having, did she say blood clots? I don't think I knew that. Maybe I did and I just don't remember. But she was going through some health complications at the time, and so she really couldn't promote the album and perform the album like she wanted to. But Calling All Lovers is really, 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 really a great album. And it is sad that when these projects that should deserve more recognition or even just a little bit of recognition don't get what I feel as though they deserve. Um, so, anyways, Trina, Tamar, no, not Trina. I put a little bill. Trina, Tawanda, and Miss E go to Trina's office. You know, she's in real estate now. And Tawanda brings her a gift. She brings her a gallon. Okay, it wasn't a gallon. It was a 1.57. It was a 1.75 liter, whatever. She brought her a 1.75 liter of vodka that she put in her office. Now I know people keep alcohol in their office all the time, but girl, I said, girl, it really does. I'm not gonna start dragging Trina. Let me shut up. Girl, the way I was sucking on their wigs on, girl, the way I tugged on Tawanda's, Tamar, Tony's and Trina's wig on Patreon though, baby, baby scalped them. Anyways, um, I said, I said to Wanda when I got them glasses from Ross Dress for Less. Ain't nothing wrong with Ross Dress for Less. Y'all know I love me a old nasty Ross Dress for Less. I go every other day, okay? But I know those glasses came. I know that those glasses that she got, Trina, came from Ross Dress for Less. Um, Trina tells Tawanda about Vaughn almost going home to glory. Heart almost fucked up and stopped. And girl, Miss E, I'm not gonna lie, Miss E kind of remind me of me. Because I do this whole, girl. So the whole time Trina and Tawanda was talking, Miss E was sitting right there listening, of course, and she was just like, mm, 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 mm. So Tony is still performing. I put Tony looks great. Um, because Tony couldn't go to Tawanda's bridal shower or bachelorette party, she bought a yacht for the sisters to go out on. Her, Trina and Tawanda to go out on and have some sister time. Girl, quiet as it's kept, girl. Let me tell you something. If Tony wanted to be at that bachelorette party or bridal shower, she would have. She knew how many months in advance. Tony just didn't want to be around all those people. Hello, that's what it was. I don't blame her. So she basically rented a yacht, but they were not able to take the yacht out because the captain came and told them that they wouldn't be able to take the yacht out because the winds were way too strong. So they basically just sat there on the yacht at the dock. Girl, is it the dock? And they basically just talked and just laughed. It was a cute conversation. It's when they're good, they're good. When all the sisters are in a good space, they're in a good space. When they're in a bad space, they're in a bad space. You could tell they get along. You know, we have good moments of the Braxtons. I'm sure every family member. Well, I would assume most family members, siblings, they have good moments and they have their bad when it's good, when it's good, when it's bad, it's bad. Some is probably always, I don't know, girl. But with them, we'll just keep it on them. You could tell that they have a good time sometimes. Um, this is the thing about, of course, they start to talk about what happened at the dinner. So Tamar is out with her friend. He is so handsome to me. Tamar is out with her producer friend, or I don't know what he is, manager, I don't know. She's out with some guy, um, and she's in Atlanta. And then, of course, Tony, they were in Miami. I'm sorry, I left that part out. They were in Miami because remember, Tony was performing in Miami, so um, she flew out Tawanda and Trina. And then Tawanda couldn't go to the concert that night because she was sick. And so they just met up the next day. And so later that day, or either the next day, I'm assuming, they just ended up going to Mr. Childs. So you saw both, they were showing both scenes at the same time. Tamar definitely blamed those sisters for the cease and desist. She definitely blamed them for the cease and desist. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. She didn't just blame the brother. She wasn't trying to question them about how or why the brother got the address or how the nigga got the address. She blamed them for the cease and desist. Let's take a listen.
I got disinvited to Tulum after I got me a ticket.
Who told you that?
Y'all didn't want me to come.
Who said that? Who said we didn't want you to come? I'll wait. Because what we were told is that you didn't want to film with us.
Well, you already know why I want to film with y'all, because y'all sent me a cease and desist and try to destroy my business.
Who's
That's
y'all?
not true.
Y'all sent me a cease and desist and tried to destroy my business. And that's not cool. Y'all sent me a cease and desist. Okay, let's keep on listening.
Wait a minute, hold on. Who's y'all? Wait a minute. Wait. Come on, let's go.
I want to go near y'all.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes, I do.
Who's y'all? Who's
The
y'all?
other day, the cease and desist.
The what?
I know.
What is that?
About that.
Oh, you mean a cease and desist?
Am I the only one that thinks that cease and desist is a big deal? That is the catalyst of why me and my sisters have not been able to get along. For my sisters to not respond to me about a cease and desist that came from you all.
A cease and desist that came from you all. Girl, Tamar definitely blamed them for the cease and desist. There are people online screaming, oh no, she was talking about the sisters gave Michael, which is the brother, their address for the lawyer to send the cease and desist. Oh no, she was just saying that it's their fault because the brother sent the cease and desist. No, she blamed them for the cease and desist. Point blank, period. And she said it multiple times. She blamed them for it. Even though, based off of what I've been seeing online, I think the two people who most of us thought, first I thought it was Trina. I forgot about the brother. And then we said it was the brother. Come to find out, it's looking like the brother sent the cease and desist. And he may have sent the cease and desist on behalf of everybody. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never had to send one. I've never received one, thank God. So I don't know how that mess works. How the lawyers got Tamar's address because her address is not underneath her name. I don't know. I don't think... I don't know. I just don't think it would be I don't know. For the lawyers out there, tell us in the comment section. I don't think it would be too difficult to find someone's address. A lawyer has access to things that we may not have access to. Even if your address may not be listed under your name, I don't think that it would be difficult for a lawyer to find your address. And then if the brother sent the cease and desist, like most people are saying, I don't think it would be hard for the brother to find out where his sister lives. I just don't. He could have called their mother and said, "Hey, mom, I'm trying to send Tamar a gift." And her mama just was like, all right, baby, here go the address. Like, I'm just making up like scenarios. Like, you just never know how they got the address, but I don't think it would be too difficult to find Tamar Braxton's address, especially if you're a lawyer and you have access to different avenues to find things that other people may not have access to. That's all I'm saying. But Tamar definitely blamed them for that cease and desist. So we could stop saying that she didn't, because she did. Tamar basically says that Trina, she says Trina hit her. Trina did not hit Tamar. Trina, if anything, if we're gonna tell the story, we're gonna have to tell the story the right way. If anything, Trina put her hands more on Tony than she did on Tamar. Trina didn't. We cannot. If someone is trying to break up a fight, that is not the same thing as putting hands on someone. Y'all try to find, not y'all, people try to find any reason to excuse fucked up behavior. Trina didn't put her hands on Tamar. Not in a way that would cause Tamar to feel as though, oh girl, she's attacking me, so let me attack her back. Trina got up and put her hand in the middle. While yes, she technically touched Tamar's body, it was not in an aggressive way to the point where Tamar should have felt as though, oh, Trina tried to get her lick in, like she said. Trina didn't try to get her lick in. If anything, Trina was grabbing Tony more than she even touched you. Her body touched your body, yes, but not in the way that should have made Tamar spaz out and try to grab Trina's wig off and girl kung fu Chun-Li kick her in her goddamn spine. Um, Tony, Tony, Tawanda basically says she's done with Tamar. She's done talking. It's been mental abuse, emotional abuse, and now it's physical abuse. And Tony was like, well, I don't know anything about physical abuse. And so she was basically saying when Tamar got up and threw the glass, or she hit the glass on the table, and Tony was like, I swear I didn't see that. Even though either Tony had to be drunk, either Tony was drunk. I'm assuming she just didn't really see, but girl, I don't know. That's what I was like. The girls, girl, all these heifers be lying. Tony, you really gonna sit here and say that you don't remember Tamar getting up and throwing that glass? Even though when they played the clip back, you literally saw Tony look dead at Tamar when she was standing up and throwing the glass and hit the glass. But Tony said she didn't see it. Okay, girl. I put the friend is right. If you can't find a resolve, you may have to just say, I love you from a distance. You know, Tony doesn't feel that way because I don't know, for those who watch, y'all hear when Tony say, Tony says, basically like we're family and we're all, wait, let me hold up. Tamar is, girl, where my notes at? But I say Tamar, I put Tamar is so gay. Y'all see how Tay Tay instantly turned into a punk? When the waiter twirled to the table, her and her friend went to a restaurant, and the waiter, I'm assuming, was gay. We don't know. And she was like, hello, how you doing? She was like, what's your name? Hey, Jose. Girl, instantly turned into a punk. Girl. Tony says, so what do we do from here? We are family and we'll be in each other's lives for the rest of our lives. See, Tony still just believes we're family and we're going to have to deal with each other no matter what. Tony doesn't necessarily believe, based off of this statement, that you don't have to fool with your family if you don't want to. Tony still believes we're family. So regardless of what happened, girl, what we gonna do, girl? We're gonna have to just move on. Tamar said she brought the cease and desist from their lawyer because I knew they were going to try and act like they didn't know what the hell I was talking about. At the end of the day, let's just say Tamar was trying to say that the sister somehow gave the brother her address. If that was the case, then you shouldn't even have any words towards Tawanda based off Tawanda doesn't even know where you live because she ain't never been to your place based off what you said. So if anything, your smoke should have only been directed to who? Trina and Tony. At some point, Tamar was full of shit in some of her argument. The same way Tamar's mental health don't have nothing to do with what they talking about that story is the same way, if we're going to be honest, even though it was entertaining, you putting down that down payment ain't got nothing to do with that cease and desist that you gave to Wanda. Like all y'all was throwing each other business out there, some worse than others. But you putting down that down payment for Tawanda's house ain't got nothing to do with that cease and desist that Tawanda didn't send because Tawanda don't know where you live. Y'all get what I'm saying? When there's a good chance that Tamar probably could have really figured out who sent the cease and desist, because one, from what the people say, that when you receive one, you know who it's from because it says it's on the letter. It says it on the letter, and I would assume that would be the truth. Can you imagine? Can you imagine getting something in the mail, or somebody delivering something to you, and they're telling you basically, "Bitch, keep my name out of your mouth," and you don't know what they're talking about, or who it's from? Like that don't make sense to me. Again, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But from what I googled online, it says that you would know where the cease and desist is coming from. Tamar was a tad bit full of shit in some of the shit that she was saying. We're not gonna act like she not. Um, she says it's not right. I know I'm the baby or whatever you want to call me. That's the problem. You're not the baby. Tamar, you 50 years old. You may be the youngest sister, but we're gonna stop calling Tamar the baby sister. That's what we're gonna stop doing. Tamar's a grown ass woman pushing 50. You're not the baby. You're the youngest sister. But I'm not the worst person on the planet because I always come back for y'all to help them. And I'm gonna say this much. I was talking to some of the cousins in the comment section. We can say a lot of things about Tamar, and I keep repeating this because I truly do believe it. You can help people out and still be a horrible person. Please don't ever get it twisted. We hear stories all the time of people who do great things for the community, great things for people, but then we hear this other side of them where they are just hell on wheels. You can give to the homeless. You can give to DV victims. You can give to our victims. You can give to the LGBTQ community. You can give to the NAACP awards. Girl, you can give to whatever black community, the Asian community. But girl, you could still be a hot ass mess and be on the other side of town beating women, R women, beating men. Like both things can exist at the same time. So Tamar can still be hell on wheels, but that doesn't take away. And I'm not comparing Tamar to all the things I just named. But Tamar can have her ways, but I do also believe that Tamar does try to help her family out. Be very clear, Tamar does not need those sisters. Those sisters need Tamar. When I say those sisters, I'm talking about Trina and Tawanda, especially Tawanda. Because when you break it down, Tawanda out of everybody ain't got shit going on. Tamar will be okay. Tamar really could go over to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tony gonna be all right. Trina gonna be all right. The only person that really hasn't really found her footing for what it looks like is who? The one who got the biggest issue with Tamar, and Tamar is the one who helps you out the most. I'm not saying that Tawanda and Tamar will not come to a place in their relationship. Clearly they have, where Tawanda might just be like, I don't fuck with that bitch. And Tamar might feel the same way. But it doesn't take away from what it appears as though Tamar helps Tawanda out the most. And that's the person who she hates the most. It could be a tad bit of envy. It could be a tad bit of jealousy. I hate the word jealousy because I think people only use it when we're talking about women. I rarely hear people talk about jealousy when we're talking about men. But in some cases, girl, it is what it is. I can see in this instance with the sisters, even though I don't think Tony is jealous of no goddamn Tamar, I can see Tawanda being a tad bit envious / jealous of Tamar. Tamar really could just go off into the sunset and be all right. Tamar could be a reality TV star, get her gigs, and she will be okay. Tawanda, we can't say the same thing. I do believe that Tamar probably came back to the show to help her family out. Tamar does not need WeTV. She does not need the Braxtons. Again, I believe Tamar when she says that the people from Real Housewives of Atlanta have gotten in touch with her and wanted her to be on the show. I absolutely 100% believe it. So her going back to WeTV is a way for her to help her family out. Whether they see it like that or not, it is. The show will not continue with just Tony, Tawanda, and Trina. Tony don't even want to film with y'all. Let's be clear. And Tawanda and Trina are not that interesting. The draw has always, for the Braxton family values and even the Braxtons, has always been Tamar. Whether you like her or not, whether you thought she was too messy, too over the top, too dramatic, too punked out, girl, it was always Tamar Braxton who was a draw for the Braxton family values. Be very clear about it. It's fucked up that they're in the situation they're in. What else? I put she ordered the Castle Azul. I said, "Come on, rich bitch, baby. Let me tell you something, girl. Let me tell you. I want to say something to all the cousins out there. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And we ever bump into each other, and I say, girl, let's go have a drink. Are we at the bar? Are we at the and we bump into each other, and I say, oh girl, let me buy you a drink. Girl, don't order no fucking Castle Azul. Okay? Because I'm gonna say, girl, here go $20, and girl, you gonna pay for the rest. Bitch, you been not order, girl. Depending on where we at, girl. And we, girl, you know, some places higher than others. You know what I'm saying? We in Miami. Miami is, Miami. They'll try to get you they'll try to goop and gag you. LA might try to goop and gag you. New York might try to goop and gag you. Girl, you better go over $25. Anything over $25, girl, it's on you. Girl, here go 20. Here go. Let me just cash up you 25, and you gonna pay the rest. Cause we don't do Casa Azul over here, girl. You gonna do Casamigos or whatever. It's not over $25. If you're in Houston, bitch, don't go over 15. Okay? If you're in Houston, the drink better not be over 15. If you're in Miami, it better not be over 25. If you're in DC, bitch, DC, girl, DC, we not even going out. Okay? Bitch, I told you one time I went to the club in DC, girl. I got a double, Casamigos, a Red Bull, and it was like $50-something. Either it was $50-something after I left the tip, or it was $50-something. Either it was $50-something before the tip, or $50-something after I left the tip. Baby, I almost died. I said, let me get my black ass back. Let me get my fucking ass out of motherfucking DC. DC is not a party town. I mean, if you got the coin, the girls who go out every night, girl, bless y'all heart, baby. I know y'all pockets is, girl, screaming. Anyways. But y'all know I love DC, though. Oh, DC is such a vibe to me. It is. The friends. Tamar feels guilty because people are always telling her those are your sisters, that's your family. I said, who was the people, Miss E? Your mama? That sounds like some of your mama be telling y'all. Yeah, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, Trina ain't shit. Tawanda ain't shit. Tamar, she needs some help. Tony thinks she Tony. They gas Tony too much up for me. I mean, they say sister, don't get it twisted. But do they ever call out Tony? That's what I want to know. Have they ever called out Tony? Because based off of just his last couple of episodes, Tony really showed her draws. Now, no, don't be very clear, bitch. We ain't gonna never dispose of Tony Braxton, bitch. Because Tony gonna always be Tony. Don't ever forget it. Tony gonna always be up there with Celine, Mariah, and Whitney. Okay? But Tony full of shit on this show, though. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.